Good evening, guys. Welcome back to another video. We are here at Athens and we're going to be doing a night flight. Now my frames are not going to be good, well, not great, but hopefully it's enough to still do this video and take off. We are in Athens, and as you can see, there's dynamic lighting, not exactly where I am, but a little bit further down, and it eats the frames per minute. Oh, per second, sorry. So hopefully it's not too sticky. I'm not fully set up. I'm not fully cold and dark either. I have the battery running, and I do have the no, I don't have them aligned as yet. So let's get to it. All right, let's align. Battery on. There we go. Let there be light. All right. So I guess you guys are going to get a chance to see a little bit how to set up this aircraft. I'm going to be going fast, but hopefully not too fast for you guys. Just going to move this here so I have a full screen there. Perfect. Alright, so first place I'm going to go to is my CDU. I'm just going to pop it out so you guys can see. There we go. And then I'm going to bring it down because I have my head movement on, and it just disorients you if you have it at the top and you're then moving your head all around like this. Anyway, so flight plans, I've got the flight plan already saved in my flight plan folder. That's it there. What I like about this aircraft is that right down here I can input my flight number and stuff like that. Like in the PMDG you have to put it into the yoke, but I think it's a little bit more visible there, so well done to Quality Wings for thinking of something like that. Alright, so my flight number is going to be UKV 116. I'm flying with UK Virtual right now. UKV 116. Perfect. And I'm gonna do 03 right for the departure. Originally I wanted to do 03 left, but I want to get out of this airport as quick as possible. Again, for the main reason that it's really hard on my performance. Not only the dynamic lighting, but also all of the static vehicles and then the moving vehicles. All these take a hit on the performance. Alright, and let's see here. Just pulling up my flight plan. I was supposed to originally do this flight today, much earlier, but I got sidetracked with real life. Okay, so there we go. So we do the Pico 1T departure. Activate it. Now with this aircraft, part of setting up the FMC is within the FMC itself, and then you have to go to the EFB, which is the iPad in my left side, to finish it, well, not to finish it, but to do part of it, and then you come back to the FMC to finish it up. But I'll talk you through it as I'm going through it. Okay, so my reserves are going to be 10. My cost index is going to be 30, as stated by the airline. Now you can do anything from 1 up to 999, I believe, or depending on which system you're doing, 9,999. And basically the lesser it is not only the slower it goes, but the more you preserve the life of the aircraft and its parts. Cruise altitude, I'm going to be going to, let's say, 36,000. I want to see the step climb during the flight, so I'll do 36,000. Step climbs are going to be 2,000 at a time. And the reason why we do 2,000 at a time is because the direction that I'm flying from, I have to be even. So from 36 to 38, 38 to 40, 40 to 42. Persons coming in the opposite direction are going to be odds. So if I do a step climb with 1,000, then I'm going to be on the altitude of oncoming traffic, and we don't want that. That could end really, really bad. Alright, so that's executed there. And then next I go to my thrust. I'm going to do I want to do a derated thrust? Nah, I do everything normal. Normal thrust, normal climb. Take off. Okay, so here's where I go to the EFB. I've got my 5 flaps in and the V-speeds are in as well, but I don't have my CG. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all the information from here into the EFB. I'm going to put in some additional information like condition of the runway, what I'm going to be taking off with, and then it's going to spit back out some information that I'm going to send directly to the FMC. Once that's done, I accept it in the FMC, and then it's pretty much complete. Alright, so I'm going to close this off because I'm going to go to the EFB. So let's close that there. Down to the EFB here, initialize the flight, then I go to performance. I just pop it out so we can have a look at it, and I bring it down again. Not make it smarter, but rather bring it down. But that works. Alright, so my thrust rating, TO. I'm leaving the flaps up 5. Condition of the runway is going to be dry. You don't need a keyboard, so I'll hide it there. And I'm going to copy the information from the FMC now. That's copied over. And with the information that I've just put in, I'm now going to recalculate. And here we go. So the information that they've given out here is just going to fine tune. Sometimes it changes a little bit, sometimes it doesn't. But I've got all the information that I need here. So now I'm going to click on send output, send to FMC, and once I click complete, I should get a chime to confirm it. There it is. So I'm going to put this away because I'm done with this for now. I'll come back to that for my my SID. Alright, that's good because I can see where I'm going to actually be step climbing on here as well. Alright, so I go back to the CDU. Now my CG is in. I'm going to accept the information here. And that's pretty much everything for the FMC and the EFB in terms of setting up my flight plan. So I've got to do 4.00 for the trim. That's what it is by default, so I don't have to change that. I'm gonna get rid of this for a second. I think I said I was going to do, just go back there. Okay, so level 360. I'm getting low, forgive me. Alright, so that's done. Alright, so here's where I'm going to pull up my stars. There we go. Alright, so click on complete. So as you can see, my aircraft is here. We're gonna fly along, turn and come back up, and then make our way out to PCAD. So I'll just put this aside for now because I'm done with that now. At some point he's going to call for the pre-flight checklist. I'm not sure if he called it before I had actually started the video because I had it running for a while. But in any case.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, this is your captain. We'd like to add our welcome aboard today's flight. We're just finishing up our last minute paperwork, and once we've done that, we'll push back. We're estimating an on-time departure. In the cabin today are some of our finest flight attendants who are there for your comfort, but most of all for your safety, so we ask that you give them undivided attention whenever requested. Once again, thanks for flying with us. Sit back and relax, and I'll update you on our progress once we're airborne.
Cool.
Alright, it'll be a left seat takeoff. Taxi route is per ATC instructions. Standard reject procedures. Will depart via the SID and climb to initial altitude. In the event of an emergency return, we'll coordinate with ATC. You'll fly the airplane out on the checklist and coordinate with the air traffic control company and the flight attendants. Any questions?
I just love it how he mumbles at the end and then asks if any questions. Anyhow, let's put my transponder here. Alright, so before I start, let's see here. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Got my V-speeds in. So my V2 speed is going to be 145. Okay, so I'm on APU power now, so I've disconnected the external power. All doors are closed. That's fine. Cherry release. Throttle is coming online. Because of how dark this cockpit is, I'm actually going to keep the lights on. I'll turn off the storm, but I'll keep the dome lights on. Clocks on. And we're ready to push back.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Locking gear. Locking gear. Departure check completed. Live has been inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Ground the flight deck.
Go ahead for cockpit.
Cleared to start engines.
Roger. Clear to start engines.
Start both engines.
Okay, starting engines.
Now I've just done a fresh install of Windows and as well of my sim, so I know that there's going to be some night textures that's going to be bleeding through, and I just pushing back and I saw some there in the very background. I think I did. Yeah. This is a issue with orbits and like tamper clashing. There are fixes for them, but I'll only be able to get them fixed when I see them popping up.
Set parking brakes.
But yeah. If I want cabin lights on, I can actually turn cabin lights on from here.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass bin removed.
So we're going to the runway that's to our left. So just bring up the map here. So where you see the red line, that's the runway that we're going to. And where you see like the red dotted line, that's where I am. So we're going to take this taxiway all the way down to the bottom and then turn onto the runway.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
5 flaps. Full left, center. Full right, center. Full up, full down. Rudder. Full left, center. Full right, center. Flight control check complete. APU coming off. So I don't know if you can see on the map here, but you can see the aircraft going down there. I've got one taxiway to my left, and then I've got the runway. What kind of frames I'm getting out. Let's have a look. E27, 24 low. Actually gonna go on the next taxiway. Get away with a little distance between me and this airport. Should be enough. I'm recording in 4K and I'm also playing in 4K. Added dynamic lighting on, start the aircraft, and then moving, not aircraft, static vehicles, and then moving vehicles as well. That's only gonna add to it. So it's not sticking badly at the moment, and hopefully it remains that way.
Flight attendants, Please be seated for departure.
Sure, we're gonna do it before takeoff. Checklist. Right, so you guys got a chance to see a little bit about what it takes to get this bird up in the sky. It's a little bit different to your conventional aircraft like PMDG and FS Labs, but there are a few similarities. It's a bit heavy on frames. It's not that optimized at the moment. Hopefully that will change in the future. But usually once you're airborne, you get something like 80 frames in the sky. Generally at airports, I get something like, well, if it's not night and have dynamic lighting, I get something like 40 at the gate. So we are here. Just gonna do the before takeoff checklist, turn the lights on, and then, as they say, get out of Dodge. So back to checklist. Before takeoff checklist. Flaps. I've got flaps 5. That's fine. I'm gonna take off my wing lights. Actually, I keep on until 10,000. Lights on. Fire bright. For everything else, that's fine. Oh, and strobes. So there we go. We don't need the map anymore, so I'll go back to regular. I just need to increase the range. And then I go back to regular. Menu, on the weather. We're all set.
Approaching 03 right.
And I just turn off lights in the cabin. See the performance getting hit right about here.
On runway 03 right.
Okay, I'm not on vaccine. I didn't trust my performance to be on vaccine. Look at that. Alright, let's get out of here. So forward unlocked. Let's see if we can do it from the
Check thrust.
$80 knots.
Checked.
B1. Rotate. 2. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Autopilot on.
Autopilot in command.
Bleeding scenery there as soon as I land. Let's see what is on the other side. Yeah. And it's like lava pool because I was calling. Pretty sure my cousin came in for that.
With our flight underway, I'd like to once again welcome you aboard. I'd also like to offer a special welcome to our pilot and flight. You will be earning valuable miles on your flight today. If you're not a member, please visit us at qwingsim.com. In just a few minutes, we will be beginning our complimentary meal and beverage service in both first class and coach. In coach, beer, wine, and margaritas can be purchased with a debit or credit card. We apologize if you do not accept
Collapse up.
in-flight entertainment available
After
on
the
this
takeoff
aircraft
checklist.
includes audio, video, on demand, as well as Wi-Fi, all included free of charge. The flight attendant will be coming through the aisles with complimentary headsets. Now we invite you to sit back,
Landing
relax,
gear up
and
and
enjoy.
stowed, flaps up. After takeoff checklist complete. And that's it. If you look at the EFB now, see if we can make it bigger. This is our seat right here. So we're gonna make our round to Tro 33, then back to the Athens VOR. Making our turn now. Right guys, so that's pretty much it. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. You got a chance to see from pretty much cold and dark, or very close from cold and dark, straight up to the departure. It's not something that I do too often because it can be time consuming. And we have been recording for 33 minutes just for that alone. So thanks for bearing with me. It was mainly for persons who are curious about what is done before you take off, for those who might be struggling with how to prepare the aircraft as well. They might be omitting something or the other. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video and speak to you soon.